I respectfully disagree. There is no such thing. They had me. I was in agreement until they wrote hunts. Let me tell you what they said, and then I'll tell you what I think. Do your research, i.e., Google my opinion. No one needs to sue anyone, right? Shocked. Who in the right mind? I learned this the hard way. I did already have my mind on certain things I'm going to buy for the house. Left for only the wealthy. This is, how we all enjoy this one life we get to live. You just made this monthly payments to borrow, and it's been over a year. Stop lying to yourself. No matter how much I try making Starbucks at home, it does not taste the same. Hey, don't worry about you. Look, just please put yourself together. Happy Friday. This is a wonderful video for Friday. So chillax. We are going to chillax. Oh, I'm old. But today's video, we're going to discuss things the older generation think we, the millennials and Gen Zs, are wasting money on. Some of it is right, some of it is true, some is not. But based on their experience, they have spent a longer amount of time doing this thing called life. So based on their experience, they're looking at us and going, you guys don't even know it, but you're throwing money away. This is a waste of money. So let's go through what they consider a waste of money and see if they have a point. First of all, my name is Loveth. This is Money Conversations, where we understand that wealth is not a flex, management is. Big weddings. As a Nigerian, I respectfully disagree. There is no such thing as big weddings being a waste of money. It is necessity of. I get it. So from their point of view, a wedding is the beginning, it's the starting line, not a finish line. This is not where you spend all this money. Heck, you need all this money for the journey ahead. You just started. You're going to need the money for the house, the down payment on the house, possibly cars. You're going to be buying cars. You're going to be having babies. Babies cost money. Daycare costs money. House expenses cost money. One of you may lose your job. You need money. You need security, money. You need college tuition for money. You need your retirement money. I mean, you are really just starting to spend money. You should not be wasting this money on wedding. You all let me know what you think in the comment section, because yeah, I may be biased. I may be biased on this. Being a brand snob in everything, but specifically here for food, they consider it a waste of money. According to them, what difference does it make if you're buying the store baking soda or Arm and Hammer, or if you're buying tomato sauce? They specifically said tomato sauce, the generic tomato sauce, or whatever cheaper brand tomato sauce, instead of Hunt. Why are we so focused on buying the brand name? They had me. I was in agreement until they wrote Hunt's. Hunt's tomato sauce does. There's a difference. There's a difference. And I know something else they also do. They don't peel the tomatoes with chemicals. They use hot water steam to peel the back of the tomato. There's a difference. Take it from me. I make a lot of stews, a lot of tomatoes. There's a difference with Hunt's. And so I was honestly going to go, I agree. But I do agree with them in the sense that if you're going for something based on name rather than quality, you are wasting money. You're literally throwing money away, because some of them are pretty much the same thing. We, the wise ones, who save it, except when it comes to my tomato sauce and yeah, my deodorant and all that stuff. HOA fees. I used to think this was a waste of money, but not so much. But let me tell you what they think first, and then I'll tell you what I think, and then you tell me what you think in the comment section. All right, and I quote, I, for one, do not like this. Entities telling me which color of tan is approved to paint my home, or what kind of and where it is allowed to plant a tree. I feel all the money pumped into an HOA could be pumped into my property, i.e., paying off the loan, or into a mutual fund for my kids' college education, or a million other things. And I agree. I think with HOA, it really depends on the fee, how much it is. I've had HOA in both properties that we've owned, and it's worth it in the sense that it's a reasonable price. It was less than, it was, I think, 100 and something a year. So really in 10 years, then we hit the 1,000 mark. And this HOA is what makes sure everyone keeps their area in check. But if you have one of those HOAs that are so expensive, 500 a month, 400 a month. Listen, I think that is, I agree with them in that sense. That's a waste of money. All those super restrictive HOAs where you own your home, but it almost feels like you're renting because you can do nothing. You can't make it look like you want it to. I think that's a waste of money. I would side with them on that one. But the HOA that I have, not a waste of money. Expensive funerals. I agree. I agree 100%. Let me tell you what they said, and then I'll tell you what I think. All right. Really? You're going to buy a $5,000 casket to put in the ground? Look at all the old cemeteries full of dead people that are long forgotten. What's the point? Cremate me and pay the fees to have them dispose the ashes. Woo! I agree, but not the cremation part. Listen, I know I'm going to be gone, but that fire idea, no. And plus, when you cremate, okay, let me not say things that are offensive here, because I was going to say with them ashes, I feel like it's such a responsibility that you want me to hold on to this thing. Why? Why? But let me not offend anyone. So here's the thing, I agree. When it comes to funeral, this is where I stand with my Muslim brothers and sisters. Wrap me up in cloth and throw me in the ground. Well, we don't need to buy casket. Heck, where I stand, take everything that can be taken, to be donated. First of all, make sure I'm completely gone. And then take everything that needs to be taken out, then wrap me up in a white sheet, and throw me in. Heck, it doesn't even have to be white. Throw me in. We don't have to spend so much money. Timeshares. Need I say more? If you still have timeshares at this point, just Google it. Google why it's a bad idea. Now, do not go click on any of those Google results for canceling your timeshare. You read up on how to take care of the timeshare, because you can get scammed thinking you're canceling your timeshare, and then you end up hurting your credit, and then you end up even owing more. So be careful. If you have a timeshare, you're trying to get out of it, do your research, i.e., Google, and get information on how to get out of it. Don't just call any number and trust their word. But timeshare is always, I knew timeshare was a waste from the get go. I knew it was a scam. My opinion. Listen, do you? My opinion. No one needs to sue anyone, right? It did not make sense to me that I would keep paying you every single month, year after year, and after 10, 20 years, I don't own anything. It made no sense. So we're going to keep paying, and we have to go to the same place every single year for vacation. It doesn't add up. Our expensive water bottle. I can't imagine how the older generation look at us spending $40 on water bottle. Like, it makes no sense. I'm a millennial. It makes no sense to me. I am shocked that we I cannot even understand who in the right mind. I'm not trying to judge. Yes, I'm judging you. Yes. I guess, if your wallet can do it, then yeah. There's just some things even if I can, I won't, because it makes no sense. It makes no sense. $40 is not going to ruin you. $40 is not going to send you straight to poverty. I know that. But it's the mindset, though. You can be forgiven if come Christmas you buy it as a Christmas gift. That's fine. We all buy dumb stuff for Christmas and spend money. It's the season, tis the season. So I understand. But just in general, you have a water bottle and then you're paying $40. A lot of this things, just give it time. Give it a couple months and boom, the cheaper version is out, like the one I got. Buying cheap things. They said over time you'll pay more for the appliance or piece of furniture, etc., if you start cheap. Look for value, the balance between durability and cost. Research and waiting for sales is a good strategy. I also find that good quality secondhand furniture is a great deal. I learned this the hard way. I did. I naturally go for the cheap. Listen, when you start up your work life during the recession and when money is tight, default is cheap. But I've come to learn that it ends up costing you more, because if you buy cheap that is not quality, you end up buying it again. And then you spend twice as much as the person who bought quality, right? It's not worth it, especially if you buy cheap that you don't fully like. Then you end up having to, first of all, you don't like the stuff. Chances are you're going to give it away because you don't like it. And your quality of life, too. I mean, we only have one life to live. Surround yourself with beautiful things you like. You can be wise and smart about how you get it. Like they said, sales. I'm all for sales. Holidays coming. I already have my mind on certain things I'm going to buy for the house. We're in a new place. Post holidays, I can get it cheap. But then next Christmas, I'm going to love what I have rather than buying super cheap stuff that I don't really like, but I'm going, well, but it saves us money. Not the way to go. If it's cheap and quality, great. If it's not quality and it's just cheap, you throw money away. Take it from those of us. Speaking from experience, they're right. Waste of money. Designer clothes. It's not coming from me. It's coming from them. They know. They've lived long enough. They're saying designer clothes is a waste of money. argue with your people, argue with your store, argue with your wallet. I'm just telling you what they say. Going out to eat regularly, I can so see this for the older generation because back in their time, going out to eat was something you did on special occasions or to celebrate something. Unlike now, where I mean, we go out to eat all the time, we order food in all the time. I can see how for them it's like, what are you doing? Especially when they compare the cost or the price. Back then, it was considered expensive, but given inflation and the value of things now, going out to eat back then could have been what would have been, say, $37 for us now would be 60 something, 80 something. And their minds, they just can't understand why we would do such a thing, especially when we are the ones with more credit card debt. And yeah, we're the ones who go out a lot more. We're the ones who order in. They consider that a waste of money. And I get it. I completely agree. Sometimes I feel like, we have normalized eating out so much, which in a way is a good thing because hey, we middle class should be able to enjoy the good of life. Even, and I say middle class just because I know for some it's still the reality, not by choice but by income. But for those who can afford it, it's like, hey, well, yeah, they shouldn't be left for only the wealthy. This is, how we all enjoy this one life we get to live. But if we are sinking money into it constantly, then it's a waste. It takes out the specialness of the whole thing too, right? So I do agree. I definitely agree. The amount of going out to eat, and not just going out to eat, we're also talking about ordering food in. It's a lot, and it's a major way we waste money. I think I did a video about that. Buying new cars, especially leasing cars, they consider it a complete waste of money, and that is why it's called fleecing a car. I completely agree. And listen, right now, unless you are a car aficionado, you're into cars, you love cars, and then, you may have an argument for leasing cars because, hey, tomato, tomato, you spend your money on leasing cars. I spend my money on design or whatever else I do. Then maybe an argument can be made. But if you're regular folk like you and I, and we're just buying a leasing car because, hey, we like the newer car and we like the idea of every 3 years I switch to something else that I like that is new and I never have to worry about maintenance. You are throwing money away. All that money you are paying, and then 3 years from now, you have nothing, or 5 years, however long you listen your car, you have nothing. And car isn't even an asset in that sense. It's not an appreciating asset. You just made this monthly payments to borrow a car, to rent a car. That's what you're doing. Forget that fancy name of lease. You're renting a car. You better off buying a used one of that same car. And then in 3 years, sell that, buy another used one. Heck, in 3 years, this car you are leasing becomes a used one, becomes available, and you get to buy it. But in the meantime, you have bought the car and you can sell it, get some money back. Compared to when you lease the car, you get nothing back. With that said, when it comes to new car, I did buy a brand new car. I did buy a brand new car in 2022, but that's because 2022, if you all remember, if you were in the car market, used cars were super expensive. We were not in the market for a brand new car. We were in the market for used car, a used three-row seater for my family because my family grew. And it was ridiculous. It was the worst time to buy a car, but we had no choice, but we had to buy a car. And so we realized throw an extra 5K, 5 to 10K, and you get a brand new car. So we got a brand new car. I don't think a brand new car is the best purchase in that situation. 2022 is a whole different year. Used cars were ridiculously expensive. I think now they're cheaper. The way it hurt my heart that we had to buy a car. We had to buy a car that year. I tried not to, but the self storage space, a lot of stuff thrown in them eventually gets thrown away or abandoned in the end. After a certain amount of time, you are paying to keep a lot of stuff that could be replaced for new for the amount of money you spent. Facts. There, I will put the statistics up on the screen if I have time to edit, do that much editing work. But yes, if you have anything in storage and it's been over a year, stop lying to yourself. It's time to give it up. You pay monthly for something. After a year, I can guarantee you are not going to go get your stuff. You're going to either stop payment, wreck your credit. Oh, even worse, you're going to keep making the payments, wasting money, and then eventually cancel or eventually stop making payment and still end up wrecking your credit. It's a waste of money. If you haven't gone to the storage and grabbed your stuff within a year, it's time to call it quits. Give them a call, see what they have. If you wanted to just abandon, or you just go grab all that stuff, throw it away. Don't throw it away. Give it to Goodwill, give it to any charity, donate it, and write it off on your taxes. Books, coffee, collectibles, all waste of money. I don't think we need to go into details because I think we've discussed this. For books, you can go to the library. Coffee, they said you should make your coffee at home. No matter how much I try making Starbucks at home, it does not taste the same. But I do agree, make your coffee at home and then let buying coffee from out there be your special moments. Not special moments, it's just coffee, it's just $5, but it depends on your financial goals. That may be where you're throwing money away, because some of you, your coffees, you end up spending $12, $15. I go in and I spend only $3. I buy the regular pike. I don't do all the fancy coffee drinks. I like my coffee black. And I put cream and sugar. And then they consider collections, collectibles, waste of money, because at the end of the day, it just sits there collecting dust. And then when you do pass, no one cares. Don't think you're passing it on to family generations. Waste of money. This I think we know, but their explanation I think is funny. Expensive beauty products. Ladies, we should treat our appearance the way men treat theirs. Do the minimum. Look in the mirror and say, good enough. Life is too short to worry about how you look. Family and true friends will love you whether or not you spend $300 on Korean skincare products. The only ones benefiting from us paying for so much stuff are the owners of the companies that spend a lot of time with advertising trying to convince us that we're just not good enough without their products and services. We need to get our self-esteem from who we are and what we do for a living, and what we do in the world, not from our appearances. Yes, yes, wisdom to the T. I agree. I'll tell you the one part I disagree with, but I agree. I do agree that the only way they can get us to buy some of these things is by telling us we're not enough. We're not good enough. Our faces are not good enough. Our pores, the way it is created to be, is not good enough. I read an article about the correlation between cosmetic surgery and the use of filters. And even I think there's an Asian app where they link plastic surgeons right on the social media app. So you can see what your face could look like and immediately link up with any of the many plastic surgeons they have right there. I mean, that's the only way they can get us to buy this expensive stuff, because they give us the illusion they'll make us look better. And if we look better, we can get more in life and we can get the best in life and we can be happier if we look better. Agree. Now, where I disagree is the line, do the minimum, look in the mirror and say, good enough. Life is too short to worry about how you look, my dear. Worry about how you look. Yes, yes, worry about it. Listen, there's some things it may not be socially, it may not be the correct thing to say, because hey, don't worry about you look. Just please put yourself together. Please show up in the world looking right. Look right. Put yourself together. Okay. Take care of yourself and come out looking good. There's no such thing as just get up and go and it's good enough. Stop it. Put some moisturizer, touch up, comb your hair, look right, right? But yes, I do agree. Let's stop wasting money on expensive beauty products. You can get the look with minimal products and cheaper, more affordable products. They are right in a lot of these cases, but some of it we already knew, and some of it, hey, our stubbornness as millennials and Gen Zs, we gotta live in our truth, and this is us. This is what we believe, and we will do what we want to do, right? So I listen. I always say we only have one life. You only have one time to live this life. Enjoy your life. So it all comes down to your financial picture, your wallet. When you plan your money, then you can definitely spend where you want to spend. But if money is tight, then you should know that a lot of things are a waste, and you should focus on growing your wealth, focus on taking care of the important things rather than trying to do these things that you think are necessary or you think is needed to improve your quality of life, when at the end of the day, no, they're not. Going out to eat is not what improves your quality of life. Yes, fun for the moment, but when you're still paying for it 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 years later, then it's not worth it, right? You can still have a good time at home with your food. Happiness is within. Some things help, but happiness is within. All right. Well, thank you all so much for watching. Just a light video for Friday. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, let me know in the comment section. And what else are you going to throw on here on the list, especially if you're older than us millennials? Your point of view is always welcome because you've put in time and you know. So let us know in the comment. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.